Hi, it is, what day is it? It's the 28th. What day of the week is it? Tuesday, February 28th. And I'm going to take off my glasses. I'm going to do my novel and not have glare. I'm going to do a little update vloggy thing. I tried really hard to make this an audio vlog because I found this cool website, vocaroo.com, link in the description, that's a really slick way of recording audio online. And it's really good, clear quality, and it's very, very, very user friendly, just real slick interface. And that's great because since I do audio recordings, I actually just did, and I need to finish uploading some legitimate voiceover work, which was exciting. So I'm going to look into getting an agent for that. But I thought I'd just do a little update thing. I've made the choice to give up my home. I've been staying in this apartment for 4 months. And well, 4 months ago, I left my spouse, and I won't say why, except that it was very unhappy. Anything else can get me pursued for slander or libelous. Um, but I've been here since December, and December I was able to pay my own rent because I was some help with a deposit because I had a really good job. And then January I paid part of my own rent and received the rest of the help from my friends. And then February, the same day I got an evicting notice, I finally got help from my church, and I don't have my March rent. And I tried to have roommates, two of them, and it's been rather catastrophically bad. I clearly am not allowed. I am not. I should not be permitted to choose who I live with. I'm too trusting, and I've actually started something called Wise, a Wise a Wise panel of friends, the well-intentioned security executives, who now are charged with interviewing and vetting anyone I choose to live with in the future, because I clearly am not to be trusted. The first person, was a hoarder and abusively controlling and locked me in her car, and I had to escape into the night and get a stalking order to get her out. And I still have all of her stuff. Have that hearing on Monday. Speaking of which, if you saw any incidences, talk to me. I could use some witnesses. And then the second one, who I met just because I was offering to help him look for work because he was new in town, I let him say it was just going to be a couple days while I got his stuff together. It ended up being 10 days before I decided he was dangerously crazy. And then I finally Googled him, and it turns out he's a very bad man. Recently paroled felon who's violent and crazy, and had taken to having my kitchen knives at his bedside. I asked him to leave this previous Wednesday to be out by Saturday. I thought it was Thursday, but it was Wednesday. I said out by Saturday, so I didn't sleep at home for a couple nights. And he tried to argue with me. And when we had a fight and I had to scream at him to get him to leave my room, he came back with flowers and chocolates and presents. And that was very, very weird because we're not even friends. We're certainly not dating. It was just, he's really, really just. I'll put a link to his to what I googled, what I found when I googled him in the description. Because if there's anybody else locally that sees this guy and he's really charming and sweet, stay the hell away from him. He's crazy, and it's crazy enough that I have a weapon because he has the only working key to the door. I wasn't able to get the locks changed today because I was working, and I decided rather than do that, I put a security bolt so when I'm inside I'm fine. But I decided I'm just going to go ahead and give up the apartment. I can't pay for it. My part-time job is ending. I haven't had luck getting my full-time job yet. I just got my new internet connection days ago. I tried to get this month, 6 weeks ago, and then there was a mix-up, and my modem was sent to me, and it was stolen, and it's just been this complete mess. I finally, literally days ago, got an internet connection that meant I could reapply for my work-from-home job that I lost. But now it looks like I'm going to be without home. So in some ways it'll be difficult to get that particular job back, but it also means that I won't have the burden of my rent and the other utilities that go along with this. And I know I have kind people in my life that will let me stay on their couches, not the least of which is I have some very dear friends in Las Vegas, a cousin and two good friends. And one of them's already said, absolutely, I could stay there for a few days if I just want to get out of Dodge. Because I got a stalking order against this guy. His name's Ryan. Ryan Sides. Sides. Like I said, I'll put a link. And he's dangerous. And I was granted the stalking order, but because I don't know where he is, I wasn't able to serve him. He called me yesterday saying he wanted his things. I'd left his stuff on the front steps on Saturday night with a note, and texted him and left him a voicemail and said, "Come get your things. They're on this front step." Well, the next morning it was gone, so I assumed he came and got it. Well, he hadn't. He says he hasn't. I don't know if that's true or not, but he claims that he does not, that I still have his stuff. He got so angry with me, he was yelling at me and telling me he was coming over. So I didn't come home for a couple hours. Fortunately, when I got here, he wasn't here, but um, he's really dangerous, and I can't serve him the paperwork, which means I can't actually enforce the stalking order. I called the cops and said, look, he just called me. I can arrange to have him at my house in an hour. Would you come and serve him? And they said, sorry, we're understaffed, but if he shows up and is violent, call 911, then we'll come. Which seems fundamentally broken. Here's a guy with a history of violence. I mean, he's assaulted police officers in his recent arrest record. And yet I'm supposed to just serve him or avoid him, and then if it gets ugly, then I can call 911. So I just want to get out of Dodge. I'm going to put my shit in storage because I can't afford this place. I can't get my kids in the immediate future because I don't have any money for a lawyer. So even though I've been trying really hard, I haven't found anybody that can help me. I've talked to legal aid. I've tried to talk to friends that are lawyers. I've done everything I can to fight to get my daughter back. But I can't right this minute until I have either the money for a lawyer and somebody who will help me pro bono. I don't have my kid. And in one hand, I'm grateful. I'm grateful she wasn't here for the crazies. But because I'm not going to be able to have her like next week or next month, there's no my trying to hold on to this 2-bedroom apartment is just stupid. There was somebody I thought was going to move across the country to be with me, and they decided not to. They just decided I was scary or I don't know what. Just quit talking to me. So I'm going to go spend some time with some actual friends in Las Vegas, maybe a couple days, maybe longer, because if I can find work down there, maybe I could find work that would pay better and save up money for a lawyer so that I can come back and get my kids and rejoin my life here in town. I don't know. I just thought I'd let people know. Still alive. Still alive. Haven't let the crazies or the ex get me down, but I genuinely feel unsafe. And that's a really unpleasant feeling for me because I've had some really terrible things happen to me the first, like, well, mostly my entire life, but things that were so deeply unpleasant that I don't fear a lot. I'm pretty confident that I can handle anything that comes up. But this guy scares me, not because he's a big guy, he's almost 6 foot, not because he works out, not because he's acting like he's my boyfriend when we're not even close. The thing that frightens me about him is that he is so erratic and so convinced of these wild conspiracy theories and so clearly misogynist. I can't anticipate what he's going to do. Someone just being coldly, calculatingly a bad person, someone being an active, abusive person, I can anticipate that, and so I feel safe because I feel fairly confident what's going to happen next. This guy, I have no idea what he's going to do next. I mean, I have a loaded weapon because I genuinely fear that he would kick down the door and I'd have to shoot him. And fortunately, that hasn't happened, but so I'm going to go. I'm going to get out of Dodge. I'm going to go hang out with a friend that's the only person in my whole life that's ever actually made me feel safe. And we'll see what happens. If you want to contribute to the Keep Deb from Being Truly Homeless Fund, you, of course, are welcome to. I'll put a link to my blog in the description. Although, if you're watching this, you're probably watching this from one of my blogs. Yeah, so that's my life. Drama. One of my very favorite people told me the other day, she goes, Debbie, from the moment I've met you, you never had a day that didn't have drama. And it kind of hurt my feelings. And then I got thinking about it. And I thought, you know what? She's right. And part of it is that right now I've got this tumultuous moment in my life. She met me right about the time I was getting ready to leave my ex. So she happened to have come into my life during a very tumultuous time. But also, I do have drama, and I'd like to think that it's not my fault, but some of it is. I mean, I chose to let the crazies stay at my house. That was a really bad choice, but I chose that. And it's not happy, and it's not what I wanted, but kind of my fault. But there are other things that aren't my fault. There are other things that just happen because I am bold. When I see something bad, when I see something unjust, I don't hesitate to say something or to stand up for people's rights or my rights. And yet, likewise, conversely, on the other side of it, anytime I have any good thought pop into my head, I go out of my way to say something. Anything. I have trained myself over the last 7 years especially, that anytime I see something positive at all, I speak up. And it can be a simple, oh my goodness, I love your shoes, to, wow, that was really cool giving you a receipt for that little old lady, to my genuine friends, look, I really value and love you and appreciate you, just wanting you to know that. I go out of my way. And so I attract people to me. I seem to be somewhat charismatic or magnetic, that people like me because I like them. I like people unequivocally, unhesitatingly. I love people. And that's what led me to having the 2 crazies in my apartment, was that I could see the good in them because there was good. The problem came into play when I ignored the bad to my peril. Because I was believing in the person that they could become. I was believing in the person they were capable of being. which when they're dear friends and they're good people is a good quality, but when they're perfect strangers off the street that are genuinely mentally unbalanced, not so much. I never thought it was possible to trust too much, but I did. I did. A very wise friend told me, look, Debbie, you can trust people all day long, but you have to trust them to be who they are. And I said, well, I trust who they can be. I trust that. He said, exactly. You trust who they can be, which is not who they are right now. And he said, who is this person that's, staying with you? And I said, well, he's a person that, keeps my kitchen knives by his bedside. And he said, yes, so you need to trust that he's going to be that guy. And that was very, very wise, I think. So I'm going to work on that. Like I said, if you want to contribute to my Get Me Out of Dodge fund, you can contribute at PayPal. If you want to help me pack my stuff to put in a storage unit today and Wednesday morning and possibly Thursday, depending on how long it takes me, contact me. If you're here, that means you can send me a message on YouTube. My email, I'll put an email address in the description. I'll put my cell phone number. Normally I wouldn't post that on the internet, but it's on Facebook, so, or maybe my home phone, that's actually listed. I'll put my home phone, that's listed. If you want to contribute, if you want to participate, if you want to be a help, then by all means, that's my new motto. That's my new motto. If you're going to be, you need to either be a healthy participant in my life, somebody who cares enough about me to show up and try and help make my life a better place, or you need to get the hell out of my way because I got things I got to do. No more coddling, no more hand holding, no more pushing people to be there for me when they don't want to for whatever reason. Either participate and help, or go away. I don't want you in my life. Thanks for watching these, guys. I know only a handful of people actually watch this channel, but those of you that do are good people and mean a lot to me. So thank you for that. I hope you're well, and as always, don't forget to be awesome. Bye for now.